to get with Earle Sports Bets. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in. Stacking up green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we say making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim. And today we got a full, or not a full slate of baseball. We got a small baseball slate here on Monday, the 24th. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we're going to take a look back at what happened yesterday. One went right and one went wrong in the world of sports betting. And it was not the greatest of days. A little bit of a step back for what I've been doing lately, which is good, but not a good day yesterday. Nationals' first five money line was a winner. Yankees' first five run line was a winner. Full game run line was a winner. I got lucky to push the Diamondbacks' first five as they tied it up in the top of the fifth. I lost the full game Diamondbacks money line. Rays -1 was a loser. They came all the way back down from 3-0 as well. Just to tease me. Them and Arizona both did. Guardians team total over 3.5, never in doubt. The full game over 9, never in doubt either. A home run with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth ties up the game and forced extra innings, which helped me get the over. Milwaukee Brewers team total over 4.5, the full game over 9.5 were both losers. Minnesota first five run line was a loser. The full game -1 push. They came all the way back and won the game. And the team total over 4.5 was a winner as well. The Dodgers were unbelievably frustrating. And this was probably one of the reasons why I did not have the day that I was hoping. The money line lost. It is what it is. Team total over 4.5 lost. They scored 4 runs in the first inning and nothing afterwards. Lucky the Rangers took a little bit of the heavy lifting and got the full game over 10. But frustrating there. Astros run line, they win by 1. Just a bad bet. I don't know why I laid all that juice. Seattle Mariners team total over 4.5 was a loser. Full game over 8.5 was a loser. Alek Manoah is improving. And then ended with a loss with the Mets first 5 money line. So 7, 11, and 1 down to 4.50 units in baseball yesterday. Definitely a setback in baseball there. I was lucky to go not lucky to go 1-2. I went 1-2 in the CFL last night. Calgary first half had the opportunity. They were driving down the field. And if they would have scored a touchdown, I would have gotten the first half. And they get a sack on second down and kick a field goal, make it a 1-point game. So loser there. Laying the 5.5 full game of the Stampeders. They scored a touchdown in overtime. And they just couldn't stop the Red Blacks. So very frustrating loss there. The over 44.5 was easy. The game ended up finishing 43-41. So that 44.5 almost was put over by both those teams. So got the win on the over, lost the other 2 plays. The WNBA, I think that was probably the easiest game of the day. Liberty team total over 92 was a winner. And the full game over 171 was a winner. Both those were winners by about 5 minutes left in the game. So that was a nice WNBA. 2-0 up a unit in the WNBA. 10, 13, and 1 overall yesterday, down 4.25 units. July 105, 165, and 20, up 22.40 units. So still profitable there. And overall since June 1st, which is when I really made a transition and I did a couple things differently with my capping. I'm up 34.71 units. So hoping to get back on the winning trail here today. I've already locked in 6th place. You're muted.
Yeah, I am. I don't know why. Our profits for the month took a little bit of a hit. We're only up 8.56 units now. As yesterday, we were down 2.15. It started off good. They started off fine with the under in the Washington Mystics game. The Yankee run line, which let me pull that up. We are now 6-0 in the Instagram play of the days because that was the pod yesterday, and you love to see it. Let me pull up. Yep. That was the pod yesterday, which was nice. Right there. We also cashed this play, the over in the New York game. A little bit of Counter-Strike action. Navi plus 100 against not Liquid, but G2. Saw Navi was that low of a line against after they made roster moves, and G2 did not, and just looked like a really weird line. And they swept, so that was nice to see. Simple got the job done there. The ball and out plays yesterday, they went 2-2. We were up a little bit of money because of those Baltimore Orioles. Unfortunately, Colorado and Seattle fell short. We got the over in the Texas game. But you got, I'll put all the links in the chat. Make sure you guys are following us on Instagram, on Twitter, and on TikTok. I'll be putting all those links in the description in the chat now. We're trying to grow the channel. I'll be putting out my card for IEM Cologne day number 1, which is not for another 2 days, the 26th. But I'll be putting that out maybe today or tomorrow. I have it made already, so I'm excited for that coming up. But anyways, back to the recap. Washington pulls out the brooms for the first time since 2021 as they beat San Francisco. Cleveland teased us, tied up the game, and then lost in the extra innings. Awful. I'd rather them have just lost in general. Hate the tease there. Minnesota won, but did not cover the run line. Milwaukee fell apart late. The Dodger game was a split. We got the over in the New York game. Seattle run line and the over were double losers, and the Mets were a loser as well. So just a rough day yesterday. 5-7 down 2.15 units. Back at it today with an ugly card.
Yeah, definitely not my favorite of cards, but I found some plays that I like.
100%. You always gotta find something. If you want to go say good morning to Fernando. Good morning, crew. Let's get this cash today. Let's do it. Nick, let's get started. And I will apologize for this game because I did it for balling out last night. Covers said that the Giants were minus 190. That is not the case anymore. So that play is going to be voided out for me. Because I'm not taking a plus 160. Did you
also do a free pick video on that game too?
I might have, yeah.
Yeah. No.
Cool.
I was wondering what you did for a free pick video for that one because I never saw it line last night. Okay. Let's get into it though. San Francisco Giants and the Detroit Tigers. I've actually made a play on this game. Let's take a look here. This line opened up at a 135. It's actually down to a 126. Which is kind of interesting here. Line opened up at an 8.5, and it's still an 8.5. I've seen no line movement on this total, which is what I did make a play on. Let's get into the market. Let's see if it reflects a line movement towards the Giants. 38% of the tickets, 77% of the cash is on the Tigers. Yet the lines move towards the Giants, which is kind of head-scratching. 69% of the tickets are on the under. Do not know the cash flow on the under here. Let's take a look at Ballpark Pal, see what we're messing with here in Comerica Park. We have plus 5% runs, minus 3% home runs, plus 1% doubles, triples, plus 7% singles. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here. Tariq Skubal and Ross Stripling. Not a terrible matchup here. Stripling, 3.72 ERA, 0.93 whip, 7.45 strikeouts per 9, which is 22%. 0.47 walks per 90, 259 BABIP, a 381 FIP, and a 3.66 ERA. On the flip side, Tariq Skubal, 5.25 ERA, 1.08 whip, 10.5 strikeouts per 9, which is 29%, 2.29 walks per 90, 333 BABIP, but a 1.96 FIP, and a 3.20 SIERA. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Giants here, 3.31 FIP, 3.7 SIERA compared to 4.61 FIP and a 4.02 SIERA. The hitting advantage goes towards the Tigers here. 73 WRC plus, which is 28th, compared to 64 against lefties, which is dead last. So we got two decent pitchers here. And we got two offenses that are kind of struggling at the moment. And the way I approach this one, and I haven't bet many of these recently, but I like the under in this game. This is a 1-game makeup game series before San Fran, I think, heads back tomorrow. This is a tricky spot here, and I feel like this is one where they just want to go get in, get out, and move on with their days, type of thing, because San Fran is headed back home tomorrow to play the Athletics, which with this travel spot makes me kind of interested in Oakland, because I believe Oakland's already going to be in Oakland by then, or in San Fran by then. And Detroit, I don't know if does Detroit play tomorrow. Detroit stays home. But this is a weird travel spot, weird condition here for the Giants. I want really nothing to do with the side in this game, but I do think this could be one of those sleepy type of Monday afternoon games because we get 1:00 baseball on Monday. How cool is that? But yeah, I'm on the first 5 under 4.5 here at -115.
Yeah, I looked at this game. I said Detroit because I thought they were a big dog. They're not. When I saw it last night, it was -190 for the Giants. That's what I used for my balling out, and it was completely off. It is what it is. It's probably going to be a bullpen game, right, for San Fran?
No, Ross Stripling's been, I believe, stretched out a little bit.
Oh, okay. And it's
I heard reports that he said he wanted to be a starter.
I don't know.
Not an opener.
He
went 6 innings his last start. So, yeah, he's a starter.
I like the Tigers when I thought they were plus money. At minus money, no thank you. This one's a complete stay away from me for the morning game. If you want to put it up on the site, have fun.
I don't trust the bullpen for a full game under.
I'm not going to touch this game.
Yeah. We have the jackass keep putting in links.
You can just skip over those. That's fine.
I know. Morning. Yeah. Calgary. Yeah. My Ottawa might have a 3-game winning streak because I'm definitely not betting on Hamilton to be the one to get the dub this week. Hamilton opened up I'm seeing 4.5 and 5. I am very interested in Hamilton at that plus price tag. Maybe not the money line, but getting 4.5, 5 points. Because when we looked at it the last 2 weeks, Ottawa's been good. Yeah, they've been a 10-point dog and a 5-point dog. Now we're laying points on them. Ottawa's not a team I'm laying points on. Going to be all in on the cream today. Orioles first 5 full game money line, reverse, run line, and the over. Good luck. Maybe Tigers first 5. If you like the Tigers, definitely first 5. I don't want to trust their bullpen full game against with a bullpen disadvantage. Tiger. Just one individual Tiger.
Yes, just one individual Tiger.
And lean the over, of course. But we'll move on here. Baltimore Orioles and the Philadelphia Phillies. The Phillies -115 favorites with a total of 9.5 in this game. Let's get into the line history in this spot. A little bit of a line move here. Line opened up at a 125. It's moved 8 cents towards the Orioles down to 117. Line opened up at even money for an over 9.5. It is now -113 for over 9.5. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game, see if it reflects a line movement towards the Orioles and a line movement towards the over. And we had 38% of the tickets, 81% of the cash is on the Phillies. Lines move towards the Orioles, which is kind of tricky there. 56% of the tickets, 88% of the cash is on the over. And the lines move that way. Let's take a look at Ballpark Pal, see what type of offensive weather we get. Citizens Bank Park plus 5% runs, plus 22% home runs, -5% doubles, triples, -3% singles. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here. Christopher Sanchez and Dean Kramer. Kramer, 5.53 ERA, 1.16 whip, 9.43 strikeouts per 9, which is 25%. 3.25 walks per 9, a 209 BABIP, but a 6.25 FIP and a 4.14 SIERA. On the flip side, Christopher Sanchez, 3 ERA, 1.04 whip, 6.67 strikeouts per 9, which is 19%. 1 walk per 9, a 256 BABIP, a 4.55 FIP, and a 3.82 SIERA. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Philadelphia Phillies 3.02 FIP, 3.59 Sierra compared to 3.96 FIP, and a 3.43 Sierra. Hitting advantage goes towards the Orioles on this one, 118 WRC plus, which is 8th versus lefties compared to 88, which is 23rd versus righties. I did play the over 9.5 in this game. We get decent hitting conditions. The line is moving up that way. The bigger bets are coming in on that one. Dean Kramer is somebody who will give up runs, and for whatever reason, when he's on the mound, the Orioles give him runs. So, Dean Kramer, 5 earned runs in his last start against the Dodgers. He did go back-to-back starts, only giving up 1 earned run, but previous to that, 7, 3, 1, 2, 6. So he can be very inconsistent. I think that we see some runs in this game. I got the over 9.5. No interest in the side, though.
I want to double up on this one. And yes, I'm going to be on the Orioles. And there's a very okay. Let's look at this. They are the most profitable team in baseball right now, up 17.85 units on the money line every single game. So you're thinking that they're up almost 18 units, so they've got to be pretty equal on home and road, right? No, 14 units on the road compared to only 3.5 at home. The Baltimore Orioles are the most profitable road team in baseball. They are the most profitable team in baseball. Not to mention, who's the most profitable pitcher, Nick?
I know.
Dean Kramer. All right. So all of those are pointing me right at the Baltimore Orioles. What is Dean Kramer also really good at? Going over the total. He is 13. The Orioles are 13-5 to the over, which is 72.2%, which is the highest percentage towards the over in the MLB. The other guys that are up there as well, Lance Lynn, Joe Ryan, Spencer Strider at 70%. Dean Kramer 72.2, and then Alcantara at 68.4. So not only are there's a lot of numbers pointing towards the Orioles in terms of profitability. Dean Kramer has been one of the biggest over pitchers in baseball. The biggest over team in baseball. And Nick, it's only the second game of the day, but we're doing it. Instagram play of the day is going to be the over 9.5 in the Orioles and the Phillies game. That's what we're going to be running for it. We're 6-0, so we're putting the 6-0 record on the gun, and we're firing away at over 9.5 in this Orioles game. I do also like the Orioles a lot in this game too, but my favorite play is the over 9.5, and of course I had to add Adley Rutschman to the picture. So there you go. Play of the day is on the over in the Orioles game.
There you go. Yeah, I'm starting to, and one thing we got to start looking at here as well as we get a little bit later in the season with some of these young pitchers that have been pitching all season long is where are they compared to their career high in innings pitched? And Kramer is not there yet, so don't worry about that. He's up to 8 innings pitched this year, 107 innings pitched this year. His career high was in 2018 with 131 innings pitched. But with some of these young pitchers, let's keep in mind that some of them have not pitched this deep into a season before, and we will be going probably over a couple of those going forward. But that's one thing to keep in mind going this late into the season is minor league seasons don't go this far sometimes. And some of these pitchers don't pitch as many innings as they do in the pros. We saw that with Yuri Perez. I want to start keeping an eye on that with some of the younger guys.
That's fine. But I want to double up on this game.
Fair. Hamilton spread and maybe over will be my look. Yeah, I mean, I could see the over. Dustin Crum is really I feel like that over was a little skewed yesterday, though, because 3 of the touchdowns for Ottawa were on really short fields due to turnovers. So that's something we got to keep in mind as well, is that Dustin Crum looked okay, but he wasn't driving the ball down the field as much as people think. Orioles lean under 9.5. That's right. The Orioles are the most profitable team in baseball, and the starting pitcher is their most profitable pitcher. Yep. Why do you hate the Orioles? I don't hate the Orioles. I would like the Orioles to lose baseball games because I have futures on the Rays and the Blue Jays to win the division, and they are screwing both those up. Moving on, Washington Nationals and the Colorado Rockies. I've already made a move on this game here. Let's get into it. Nationals are minus 140 with a total of 9.5 in this game. It's Patrick Corbin Day, Tim. And he's taking Jake Bird. Line. Oh, this line moved. This line did move. Okay, never mind. It opened up at a 148. It's actually down to a 140 on Bet Online. It opened up at a 130 on DK. It's moved up to a 140. Kind of tricky there. That was not the situation when I bet that this morning. Interesting. This line's moved since I bet it. We have 56% of tickets, 93% of the cash is on the Rockies, and the line's barely moved. And in some books, it's moved towards the Nationals. I have no cash flow on this total here, which is kind of interesting because I was kind of because this total had gone up half a run. Last night, I was kind of looking at the under, but now with the total moving up. Let's take a look at Ballpark Pal. This is the second best hitting conditions on the slate today. Plus 7% runs, plus 5% home runs, plus 7% doubles, triples, plus 3% singles. We have Jake Bird and we have Patrick Corbin. Bird, it's been meh. Let me see how much he's pitched this year real quick though. He's a starter. He's not. He's an opener. This is a bullpen game for the Rockies. Up against Patrick Corbin. Which Corbin's been okay for Patrick Corbin. 5.22 ERA, 1.40 WHIP, 7.98 strikeouts per nine, which is 20%. 2.45 walks per nine, 322 BABIP, a 476 FIP, and a 3.43 SIERA. High BABIP, but a lower FIP tells me that a lower FIP and lower SIERA suggests that he's being unlucky. Our bullpen advantage goes towards Colorado here. 4.22 FIP, 4.31 SIERA compared to 5.7 FIP and 4.75 SIERA. Major hitting advantage here for the Nationals, 88 WRC plus, which is 24th, which is not good. But when you're going, the Rockies against lefties are dead last at 64 WRC plus. The Rockies are terrible against lefties, and I think this is a great matchup here for Patrick Corbin in this spot. I took the Nationals first five at minus 140. I do not trust them full game. I'm not going to. So I want to back Patrick Corbin here. I want to fade this Rockies team. I don't think this Rockies team is not very good. And this Nationals team is actually starting to play a little bit better baseball. They got the hitting advantage. I think, crazy enough, they have the pitching advantage with Patrick Corbin today. And I did not think I'd be saying that in the year 2023. But I'll take the pitching advantage with Corbin and take the Nationals minus 140 here.
Yeah, they're minus 140. There is no way in hell I'm taking that money line. What I will grab is that run line at some big plus money, plus 147 for the Nationals on the run line. I like the Nationals today, but obviously I am not betting them at the minus 141. Patrick Corbin has been better as of late. Not to mention, we just saw the Nationals, sweep a series, which is crazy to even think of. They look good too in that series, outscoring the Giants 21-5 in that series. Sign me up for some natties, and I got to take the big plus money here. I'm just going to back the team that's winning, and when it comes to it, the Nationals are winning. Although you look at the Colorado Rockies, they're also doing okay right now. They just took 2 out of 3 from a struggling Miami team, but they've won 4 out of 6, so they at least look halfway decent since the All-Star break. I do like the Nationals, though. I got to grab the run line at plus 147.
Sure. Yeah. It's tough for me to trust this Nationals bullpen because I think I have them as the worst bullpen on the slate today. Granted, it's a short slate, but the Angels aren't on them. But this is a bad bullpen. So
that there.
A little riding with Timmy and the Orioles to win the AL East. I mean that, yeah, free at this point.
Don't do that.
Nationals run line in the over. I can see that. Right, the Natties are on a little bit of a heater. Yeah. DMV parlay Baltimore and Washington for a little plus money. Might also double overs on their games with their games. There you go. We'll get into this next one here. This is one I wanted to move on and under, but the line just the market just disagreed with that. 85% of the my bad. Minus 185 are the Guardians. There we go. Total of 8.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here between Cleveland and Kansas City. Line opened up at a minus 186. It's moved massively to minus 187. So a 1 cent line movement towards the Guardians. Line opened up an 8.5 minus 110. It's up to an 8.5 minus 120. It's moved 10 cents towards the over in this game, which is kind of interesting with these two teams. We have 75% of the tickets, 89% of the cash is on the over in this game. We have 37% of the tickets, 95% of the cash is on the Royals in this game. And the line's moved a penny towards the Guardians. I'm not particularly. Let's get into it. A ballpark, pal. This is the number one hitting condition on the slate today. Progressive Field plus 10% runs. So not really too much for offensive weather today. When 10% runs is the highest we have on the slate, plus 13% home runs, 11% doubles, triples, 0% singles. We have Ryan Yarbrough and Logan Allen. Logan Allen, how much has he pitched recently? Because he has a 0 ERA the last 30 days. Wow, he has been granted 5 innings, 3 2/3, and 4 innings, but he's been good. He's also faced Kansas City, Oakland, and Pittsburgh. But he has a 0 ERA, a .81 whip, 13.5 strikeouts per 9, which is 38%, 3.12 walks per 9, a 235 BABIP, 1.67 BIP, and a 2.74 SIERA. I'd be like, oh man, but this guy's played Oakland, Kansas City, and Pittsburgh. He's going up against Kansas City today. And Yarbrough, 3.09 ERA, 1.20 whip, 6.94 strikeouts per 9, which is 19%. 1.54 walks per 9, a 306 BABIP, a 3.38 FIP, and a 4.39 SIERA. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Guardians in this one, 4.52 FIP, 3.73 SIERA compared to 4.55 and 4.62. Hitting advantage goes towards the Guardians ever so slightly, 84 WRC plus, which is 24th, compared to 83, which is 25th. So both these teams are not hitting right now, which is why I was shocked to see this line move up. Because these pitchers are not terrible. And it is what it – I mean, this is a tricky game. I'm probably just staying off. I think the Guardians a little bit out of the price range here, especially for a game I could see as a low variance game. But this was a lean towards the first 5 under, but not with the way the lines moved.
I did actually do this game on Ballin' Out. I know, crazy. Tim's betting an AL Central.
Well, you didn't have many other games.
I didn't really, but there was a reason behind it. You get Logan Allen pitching for the Cleveland Guardians. That's the reason why. Because, and once again, I take Matthew Boyd out of these rankings because he is no longer active. Logan Allen is the number 2 most profitable pitcher in baseball, and Cleveland is 10-3 in his games. I like Cleveland in this matchup, and I like them at. You can get them run line around even money. You get a Royals team who's just they're bad. I don't really need to sugarcoat that one. 28-73. They have lost now 5 straight games and 8 out of 10. This is going to be a ugly game. And what we've seen from Logan Allen starts. I believe he actually gets run support, which is crazy. Yeah. Wow. Look at his last 6 starts and what he gets for run support. 10 runs, 14 runs, 6 runs, 8 runs, and 10 runs in all those games. Now, 4 out of the 5 of them, he got no decisions because he didn't go far enough. But whenever Logan Allen pitches, they seem to win games. They've won his last 7 starts, and 6 out of the 7 were by run line. And when it comes to it, in the one run line game, the one game that was not a run line one was the 10-9 game in 14 innings.
Jeez.
So This is a spot I want to go after Logan Allen, and I would have to grab the run line for it, but you can get it around even money. Plus 105, actually. So Cleveland run line for me in this game.
Fair. I'm personally staying off of it. I guess I would lean towards Cleveland in this game, but just it's just not anything I want to get involved with.
All right.
I want to get involved with the next game, which we'll get into.
Go ahead.
But we'll go to the chat first. Morning fan, y'all liking over Giants? I'm on the first 5 under. No. Pass, Guardians should mollywop them, but it's a pass. Yeah, I'm enjoying watching this Kansas City Royals team be absolutely putrid, knowing that basically my under 69.5 is a winner at this point. Because I was typing them in last night, looking at the win percentage and all that of the Kansas City Royals. You know what they're on pace for win-wise?
Probably like 50.
That's generous. 44.87 wins. That's what they're on pace for this year.
There are some bad teams.
And their total was a 69.5. They're 25 games under their win total.
Yeesh.
On pace for. Obviously, they can go off and rip off a big winning streak and stuff like that, and I can be sweating again, but I doubt it.
No, I don't see them.
Yo. Natty's on a heater a little bit. They're coming off a nice little sweep here. Fever game gonna give me a fever this morning. Shake my head. Yeah. No WNBA today, right, Tim?
Nope. 5 games tomorrow, so
Just
I'm ready
baseball.
for that.
Just baseball.
Yeah,
Joe. I flushed my fever money line down the ticket. I cashed the team total over 92 for the Liberty. So
I cashed the over, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, my dumbass betted the Braves player to get a win, and he didn't get it. Unbelievable. Let's get into this one. I like this game, and I've already doubled down on this game here. We have the Seattle Mariners and the Minnesota Twins. This is a minus 110 on both sides here. Actually, this line moved after I typed up the game. And the total here of an 8. We got Luis Castillo and Kenta Maeda. Line opened up at a minus 101 for the Twinnies. It's up to a minus 110. So it's moved 9 cents in the direction of Minnehaha. Line opened up at an 8 minus even money. It's up to an 8 minus 107. So 7-cent line movement towards the over and a 9-cent line movement towards the Twins. Let's see if that reflects it here. Yeah, 63% of the tickets, 90% of the cash is on the over in this game. The line's moved up. 53% of the tickets, 72% of the cash is on the Twins in this game, and the line has moved towards the Twins in this one here. Let's take a look at Ballpark Pal, see what type of hitting conditions we have on today's slate. Here in Target Field, minus 1% runs, minus 9% home runs, plus 5% doubles, triples, plus 1% singles. Looking at the pitching matchup, it's a good one here. And we get some decent hitting teams at the moment, too. Luis Castillo, 3.48 ERA, 1.03 whip. 9.29 strikeouts per 9, which is 25%. 0.87 walks per 9, a 250 BABIP, a 4.87 FIP, and a 3.42 Sierra. On the flip side, Kenta Maeda, 2.73 ERA, 1.03 whip, 12.3 strikeouts per 9, which is 35%. He's striking out a lot of batters. 3.08 walks per 9, a 291 BABIP, a 257 FIP, and a 3.11 Sierra. The bullpen advantage goes towards the Minnesota Twins, 4.19 FIP, 3.58 Sierra compared to 4.49 FIP and a 3.58 Sierra. Slight hitting advantage going towards the Twinnies here in this one, 118 WRC plus, which is 7th, compared to 115, which is 8th. And to pull up a page out of Tim's book, the Minnesota Twins are hot right now. They have won 8 of their last 10 games. And they are coming in really, really hot off of a sweep of the Chicago White Sox. And previous to that, they took 2 out of 3. They split a 4-game series in Seattle against this Mariners team. And they swept the Oakland A's out of the break. So this is the hottest team in baseball since the All-Star break. And I think that continues into this one here. I got the Minnesota Twins first 5 in full game. Minus 116 and minus 110 for Minnesota here. I think they have the pitching advantage. They have the hitting advantage. They have the bullpen advantage. They're at home. The lines move towards them. Everything correlates in this game for me to go ahead and attack Minnesota, and I'm all over them here. First 5, money line, full game money line. I think the hot streak continues here for Minnesota, a team I'm very happy to see win games.
Yeah, I've already loaded them up because I was looking at it. You get Minnesota, and that's exactly what I put in the write-up. They're the hottest team since the All-Star break. And that's not something I want to fade right now. They just swept. Granted, it was a bad White Sox team. They split against Seattle, and then before that, they swept a bad Oakland team. But they look good right now. Now, previous to the White Sox series, they were going over in pretty much every single game since the All-Star break. They're still going over. They've played 10 games since the All-Star break, and they've gone over in 8 of them. So I kind of like the over in this game too, but I didn't want to go after a total. I just jumped on Minnesota with you. This team is hot right now. So let's go ahead and jump on that. And I see some people mentioning Kenta Maeda strikeout props. I don't hate that at all.
Absolutely. And I was trying to look up hitting stats here for the Mariners to see how often they strike out, because that's one thing I need to figure out is the strikeout rates of some of these teams. Because when we look at strikeouts here, Minnesota has actually struck out the most amount of times this year, followed by the Seattle Mariners. 972 strikeouts for the Mariners this year, hitting. So this is a team that does strike out an awful lot. And if you're looking at Kenta Maeda, let's take a look at his K-prop real quick. I don't bet K-props, but this is definitely one I would look at. Let's take a look at here. Minnesota, Kenta Maeda, 6.5 at plus money. I would need to take a little bit deeper of a dive into that one here. I want to see what his strikeout props have been. And they've been 5.5, 5.5, 5.5, and then a bunch of 4.5s. So actually, this is about right for his total. And I mean, his strikeouts, he's got 9.6, 9.4, 8 in his last 5 starts. So I can see him racking up some strikeouts here in this one against the Mariners. He struck out 9 Mariners in his last time against them. So I can definitely see that.
There you go. Back to the chat.
Yeah. Yeah, are we on the cream today? That's kind of a dumb question.
Of course we are.
Yeah. Maeda K props, getting the ladder up. Yeah, I mean, if I bet props, I would be attacking Kenta Maeda today.
Yep.
Mariners traveled too. They did. They definitely did. Moving on here. This is another matchup here. We have the Cincinnati Reds and the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers are minus 110 with a total of 9 in this game. Let's get into the line history in this spot here between Graham Ashcraft and Colin Ray. Line opened up at a minus 115. It's down to a minus 111. Line opened up at a 9.5, minus 110. It's down to a 9 at minus 115. So the line moved towards an under, and the line moved towards the Reds ever so slightly. Let's take a look at the cash flow to see if that reflects a move towards the Reds and a move towards the under. And it doesn't. 63% of the tickets, 62% of the cash is on the Reds, or on the Brewers, my bad. 62% of the tickets, 79% of the cash is on the over, and the line's dropped, which tells me maybe the under is a look in this game. Let's take a look at Ballpark Pal. Let's see what type of hitting conditions we have at American Family Field. Only plus 1% runs, plus 13% home runs, plus 4% doubles, triples, minus 8% singles. Taking a look at the pitching here, Colin Ray and Graham Ashcraft. The tough part is trusting Graham Ashcraft here. 3.45 ERA, 1.36 whip. 5.02 strikeouts per 9, which is 13%. 2.83 walks per 9, a 281 BABIP, but a 5.7 FIP and a 5.17 Sierra. On the flip side, Colin Ray with a 3.97 ERA, 1.01 whip, 6.35 strikeouts per 9, which is 17%. 1.19 walks per 9, a 225 BABIP, but a 4.57 FIP and a 4.43 Sierra suggests to me he should have some negative aggression. The bullpen advantage goes towards the Brewers. 2.31 FIP, 2.75 Sierra compared to the Reds, which is not good at all. 5.59 FIP, 4.84 Sierra. The Reds with a hitting advantage, 104 WRC plus, which is 15th compared to 90, which is 22nd for the Brewers. I really have no feel in this game. I would like to back. I would like to back the under, but I don't know if I can trust Graham Ashcraft in this matchup here, which Ashcraft has been better as of late. But is he somebody I want to trust? Maybe. He's given up 2, 1, 1, and 1 in his last 4 starts, and 3 of them were at home, which Cincinnati is such a difficult ballpark to pitch in. I kind of want to take a look at a little bit deeper into his numbers here. He pitched 105 innings last year. He's up to 93 this year. I would need to take a look at his minor league numbers to see if this is getting close to his career high in innings pitched. But maybe the under is the play. What type of number can I get this under as? This is a 5.5 or is this a 5? If this is a 5.5, I'm interested. It is just a straight 5. I'm personally going to stay off this one. I lean towards the under, but it's a pass at the moment.
I want to see anybody that has like a Caesars or any like legal sports book. I want to see if you guys can find a line for me. Actually, I could probably check BetStamp real quick. I have no real interest in a side or a total. I was looking at a player prop for this game,
Which is
strikeouts for Graham Ashcraft, and I want to go
get you that on Bet Online.
I want to go under, and I want a 3.5 so that I can get some plus money because 4.5 is like minus 130.
A 4.5 at minus 130 is not bad. Oh, never mind. It's minus 162 at 4.5 for.
Yeah, I see some on some books. It's 130 something, but I want to see, can anybody find a 3.5 strikeout prop on Graham Ashcraft? Because I don't want a 4.5. I want, because you look at his last couple of starts, and he's got 3, 2, 2, 7 in a really good game against the Padres. 2, 1, 2. So in 6 out of his last 7 starts, he has 3 or less. So if anybody can go ahead and find me a strikeout prop for under 3.5 and see if you can get some plus money on that one, let me know, and I'm going to make a player prop Instagram post because I want to bet that. I want to have that. So I kind of lean under Graham Ashcraft strikeouts. I just don't want to take a minus 150 on a 4.
Yeah, I'm only seeing I was trying to look on like DK. It's minus 150 for a 4.5.
Yeah.
I know that. Yeah, I understand the look. I can't find it.
Yeah. I'm gonna check a couple other books, but back to the chat.
Yeah. Of course, Fernando's on the Mariners and the over 8.5. They're always playing each other. Yeah. They have played a lot, but they won't play a lot after this series. They're done. Brewers in the under. The Brewers have been spanking them. Yeah, the Brewers have taken care of business against the Reds, which is very promising for Brewers backers, which is not me, but it's what it is. The Rangers and the Astros. It's a pick 'em here. Total of 9 in this one. This is a big game. This is a matchup where, let me see, they're 3 games separated in the American League West right now. Let's get into it. We have Belak versus Gray. This line opened up at a minus 105. It's actually up to a 108 now for the Rangers. On DK, it opened up at minus 120. And it's down to a minus 115. So a slight movement towards the Astros on DK. Slight movement towards the Astros towards the Astros on DK and towards the Rangers on Bet Online. So kind of interesting there. And the total is about split. 56% of the tickets, 51% of the cash is on the Astros. 66% of the tickets, 77% of the cash is on the over in this game here. Let's take a look at the Ballpark Pal. in this one here. Minute Maid Park, minus 6%, roof closed, whatever. Not much to go over there. Two pitchers that are this is a kind of interesting matchup here. John Gray and Brendan Bielak. 4.28 ERA, 1.57 whip for John Gray the last 30 days. 5.93 strikeouts per nine, which is 15%. 3.62 walks per nine, a 322 BABIP, a 508 FIP, and a 5.20 Sierra. On the flip side, Bielak, 1.02 ERA, 0.85 whip, 6.62 strikeouts per nine, which is 19%, 4.09 walks per nine, a 159 BABIP, but a 3.69 FIP and a 4.96 Sierra, suggesting potential negative regression for Bielak. But I'm also expecting John Gray to get hit as well. Bullpen advantage does go towards the Rangers in this one here. 4.41 FIP, 3.7 Sierra compared to 4.98 FIP and a 3.68 Sierra. Slight hitting advantage towards the Rangers here. 121 WRC plus, which is 6 compared to 109, which is 12. Both teams are hitting pretty well right now. And I do think maybe this is an overlook. The line has gone up, and money is coming in on the over here. What are we getting for a total in this spot here? We're getting a 9 in this game. I like the over in this spot here, and I'm kind of interested in these Astros team total over as well. I've already placed one bet on this game, and that is the Astros first 5 money line, as I do see a slight bullpen edge with the Rangers at this moment, because this Astros bullpen's kind of struggled. But I did bet the Astros first 5 here already, and I'm going to add on the Astros team total over 4.5 and the full game over 9. I think the Astros come in and take at least 2 in this series, if not sweep the Rangers. I think that this is a statement series for the Houston Astros, and I think they get closer in the division here. So I'm going to take the Astros team total over 4.5 and the full game over 9 as well. I'm on the first 5. And you're muted again. All right.
Okay. Good to know. Yeah, I'm on the Astros as well. I think there's levels to this. You're going to start to see the Houston Astros play a lot better down the stretch. Because that's what they do. They have a little bit of a slow start, and then they all end up finishing the season 25 games over 500 in first place. Because that's what they do. John Gray started to regress a little bit. He's allowed 4, 3, and 1 in his last 3 starts, then 1 and 6, and then in the 2 starts previous to that. So he has been getting tagged up a bunch. I don't really trust Bielak all that much, but when it comes to it, grabbing Houston at home, I think is a solid spot. And I'll fade one of the better pitchers for the Texas Rangers with his struggles. Although you look at it, Texas has been playing a lot better. I think Houston still wins the division. So yes. We'll go ahead and grab the Astros in this game at a little bit of a pick 'em price.
Yeah, this is a very, very important series for me as well. For as much as I have on this freaking Astros team to win the division. So,
yep. Even money.
Yeah. On Prize Pick, Ashcraft is sitting at 4Ks. Under 3.5 at Barstool plus 2 times.
That's Ray.
Never mind, I read it wrong. That's for Ray. All right.
Yeah. I'm just gonna grab it. For the post, I'm just going to grab the minus 150.
Yeah. Supness. Fernando, you playing every game. He plays every game, and it feels like he's fading us in about 80% of them. Because I'm on the Astros in the over, and now he's on the Rangers in the under. Fernando, have you been capping the Women's World Cup? Astros are a tiny dog today, yes. We'll move on. 2 games remaining on the slate here. 2 interesting ones, too. Padres and Pirates here. Minus 240 for the Padres. Total 8.5 in this game. Minus 240 for this Padres team. Let's take a look. Darvish and Prestier. Line opened up at a 235. It's up to a 240. Line opened up at an 8.5 plus 105. It's now an 8.5 minus 103. An 8-cent line movement towards the over. A 5-cent line movement towards the Friars here in this one. See if the cash flow reflects that. Feels like every freaking game, all the money's on the Pirates. 75% of the tickets, 92% of the cash on the Pirates, and the lines move towards the Padres. 64% of the tickets and 62% of the cash is on the under in this game. And the lines actually move towards the over. That's kind of interesting as well. They're just not afraid of that under money. Let's take a look at the ballpark pal here. Petco Park, the worst hitting conditions on the slate today. Minus 9% runs, 0% home runs, minus 7% doubles, triples, minus 8% singles in this one. Prestier, I don't think has pitched much.
I don't think so either.
I had it.
He has pitched once. He pitched 5 1/3 innings, 2 strikeouts, 7 earned runs, 7 hits, 2 homers, 73 pitches against the Cleveland Guardians. And that was on July 17th, so a week ago.
All right. And on the flip side, Darvish, 2.12 ERA, 1.41 WHIP, 10.57 strikeouts per 9, which is 27%. 4.24 walks per 9, a 341 BABIP, a 3.929 FIP, and a 4.07 Sierra. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Pirates in this one. 4.18 FIP, 3.80 Sierra compared to 5.76 and 4.48. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Padres here. 121, or hitting advantage goes towards the Padres. 121 WRC plus, which is number 5 in baseball the last 30 days compared to 80, which is 24th. I kind of want to play the Padres here in this game, but I definitely don't want to lay the run line here at minus 128. And it is minus 143, but I do think they get to this pitcher. The line's gone up, even though the money's coming in on the under, and the lines move towards the Padres, even though the money's coming in on the Pirates. Tells me that that Prestier is vulnerable in this game, and I think we'll get hit. It's minus 143, so it's a little chalky. If you want to take it up to a 5 or a 5.5, you can do it. I'm going to take the Padres team total over 4.5 at minus 143.
I can get minus 120 on the run line for the site, and I'm going to actually grab that. And I don't lay prices like this that often. You see how often we lay run lines at minus 120s or anything. This is more of a fade of Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has looked awful. Although they've been losing since the All-Star break. They've played 9 games since the All-Star break. They are 2-7. So not particularly good. This Padres team is weird. But home Darvish. Darvish is a lot better at home. Since the All-Star break, this Padres team has played 10 games. They're 5-5 in those games. But this is a Padres team. This is your series, Nick. You want the San Diego division futures and all that crap? No. They have to sweep here. They're still 10 games back, but this is a series that they have to sweep. So well, just because they have to doesn't mean they're going to. But I'm going to grab minus 120 with the Padres on the run line in this one. I know it's a little chalky, but
very chalky, man. I mean, I
square patty play.
Huh?
It's a square patty play.
Yeah, it definitely does. And this is one of those games where I can see the Padres putting up runs.
Yep.
And somehow the bullpen finds a way to mess this up.
I hope not.
But yeah, let's get into the chat here, and then we'll head to the last game. Padres money line with you at home, yes. Although they should have a better outcome than the last time they met in a series. So many San Diego chokes, yeah. Team total over for the Padres, yeah. I'm on that as well. Do you have a D-backs line? I do not. I do not have a D-backs line. Let me check. Let me double check here, see if we do or not. We do not. I do not have one on my book. No. It's undecided for Arizona. So we do not. So final game of the night. The LA Dodgers and the Toronto Blue Jays. The Dodgers minus 115 favorites with a total of 9.5 in this game. Let's get into it here. This one is an interesting series. Michael Grove and Jose Berrios in this one here. What a line movement in this one. The line opened up at a minus 130 for the Dodgers. It's down to a 113. Line opened up at a 9. It's up to a 9.5. So the line's moved up towards the over, and it moved towards the Blue Jays, telling me Michael Grove is vulnerable in this game. Let's see if the money reflects that here. And interesting, we have 31% of the tickets, 63% of the cash is on the Dodgers, and they're not moving on, and the line's moving towards the Blue Jays. 70% of the tickets, 85% of the cash is on the over. The line's moved towards the over here. So big bets on the over. Bigger bets are on the Dodgers. The book's showing no fear to that, though. Dodger Stadium, plus 4% runs, plus 14% home runs, 0% doubles, triples, minus 2% singles. Looking at the pitching matchup here, Berrios, he's going to have his handful with this Dodgers lineup, but he's been good. 2.67 ERA, 1.02 whip, 10.38 strikeouts per 9, which is 29%. 2.37 walks per 9, a 2.68 BABIP, but a 3.69 FIP and a 3.44 Sierra. On the flip side, Michael Grove, 4.09 ERA, 1.45 whip, 6.95 strikeouts per 9, which is 18%. 3.27 walks per 9, a 3.48 BABIP, a 3.56 FIP, and a 4.65 Sierra. Bullpen advantage going towards Los Doyers. 2.98 FIP, 3.99 Sierra compared to 3.64 and 3.84. Hitting advantage goes towards the Dodgers here, 139 WRC plus, which is number 1 in baseball the last 30 days versus, and then the Blue Jays, 109, which is 13th. So both teams are hitting pretty well right now. And the way the line's moving tells me Michael Grove is vulnerable to get hit in this game, and I kind of want to attack that here with the Blue Jays. With a Blue Jays team total, full game over type of thing here. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Toronto team total over 4.5 at minus 115. Full game over 9.5 at even money. I'm going to be on both those here. Expecting Grove to get hit. And then I think this, and when we look at it, the Dodgers have the number 1 offense in baseball against righties the last 30 days. I think they can continue to hit the ball as well and contribute to this over here. So team total over 4.5 for the Blue Jays, minus 115. Full game over 9.5, even money. Dodgers, Blue Jays as well.
I want to stay away from this game. I'm just not interested in going after it. I'm not going after Jose Berrios on the road. Although Berrios has been good this year, I'll give him that. His ERA is a whole run higher on the road. So it's just not something I want to try to run after. He's going to have a solid game, but I can't trust it. And then Michael Grove, I'm not truly high on, although he's had a couple of good starts mixed with a couple of bad starts, because he's either allowing 4 runs or he's allowing 2 or less his last 10 games. There's no real in between, although he has been a lot better at home than on the road, and a 4.83 ERA at home compared to an 8.85 on the road. But he hasn't really pitched all that much. He's got like less than 70 innings pitched this entire year. I'm going to stay away from this game and just run with the plays that we got for today.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's going to be it for today. Where did you leave off in the comments?
That one.
Padres run line, money bag, and a handbag. Have fun. Over. Good luck. Dodger blue, and I don't care. No, Fernando, not the fancy handbag. Berrios on the road, absolutely not. Maybe just the over. One of these fan bases will be blue once this season's over. Series is over. Cricket.
But
Cricket. Dodger run line and the over. Good luck to you, Fernando. That's all the games for today, Nick. You know what that means?
That means it's time for
housekeeping.
Yes. I'm gonna go and pull up. It's not gonna be from live videos. We haven't fixed that yet. I'm gonna put all of these socials in the chat so that you guys can have them. Because we're trying to push out all the different platforms. Gotta make sure that's right for the Earle Sports Bets. Instagram page, which we currently have two pics up on, or two pictures up for the Instagram today. Bada bing, bada boom. Those are all the links. Make sure you guys are following us on all those platforms. YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. We're trying to grow out all of those, which Instagram, we appreciate everybody going and following us up over there. We're up almost 50 followers in the last 4 days. So that's nice to see growing that. TikTok, I believe we're 12 away from 1,100. Twitter, we're moving up in that. We've got almost 400 followers on the Twitter page, 361. So moving towards that. And then YouTube, I believe we're getting close to, 3,600 on YouTube, 3,500. What are we at? Almost to 3,400. I need 41 subscribers on YouTube for 3,400. Maybe we could try to reach 4K by the end of the year. Put that out there. Maybe a giveaway at 4K subscribers if it's by the end of the year. Don't hate that idea. But that's all of that. I wanted to mention something real quick because I was scrolling through Twitter and I saw this. And this is going to make the Ohtani contract look very, very small. Because the Saudi Arabian club is offering a record-breaking $1.1 billion to bring over Mbappe on a 1-year deal for soccer. Transfer fee from PSG would be about $332 million, and his salary would be about $776 million. Yeah. I saw that, so I figured I have to throw that out there. Obviously, Saudi Arabia has a lot of money, so makes sense. But I figured I'd throw that one out there. Saw that, thought it was cool. Back to the chat for just a second, and then I'll recap. Morning, guys. What an action-packed Red Blacks victory for them last night, and me on the money line of the over. CFL Earle leans Red Blacks over, Argos spread and over, Lions spread and over, Lions spread and over.
My Earle leans towards the Ticats in the over. Argos, until further notice, you just bet them blindly. The Lions spread in the over. That one's kind of interesting. I don't know what to do with the Lions yet because I need to see what that line is when it comes out because I saw it open up at a 9. If I get more than double digits, maybe I might take a shot with him or with Edmonton. And the last game was I don't know why I can't remember the last game, but yeah. Looks like an interesting slate coming up, but yeah.
I was hoping for that funny SpongeBob "this guy sucks" joke. For what? I don't remember. Bigger slate tomorrow. Can't wait. Yep, bigger slate tomorrow, and that should be good. For today, though, Baltimore in the over. Washington money line, run line. Cleveland run line. Minnehaha money line. Houston money line, and San Diego run line. And I also took a little bit of a player prop with Mr. Ashcraft under his strikeouts, under 4.5 strikeouts, minus 150. I know it's a little bit juicy. I couldn't find any 3.5, so that's what I did. Nick?
Yeah. Not a huge card, but I think it's an okay one now that I look at it. Tigers Giants first 5 under 4.5. Baltimore Philadelphia over 9.5. Nationals first 5 money line. Twins first 5. Twins full game. Astros first 5. Astros team total over 4.5. Full game over 9. Padres team total over 4.5. Blue Jays team total over 4.5, and the full game over 9.5.
Oh, and when the line comes out, I don't care who's pitching on the Arizona side. I will be grabbing the over in the St. Louis, Arizona game. It's Adam Wainwright Day. We didn't get to talk about it because there's no line out because there's no Arizona pitcher. Does not matter. Either Arizona run line or the over in that game. Maybe one of those will be a free play over on the EarleSportsBets.com website. But that's going to do it for today. We'll be back tomorrow for another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. Good luck, guys.